Hi guys, I'm Emily Ruth, and today I'm going to be channeling fairies, along with any other beings that want to come after the fairies would be good too. So the way I channel, they're already here, but the way I channel is I take some deep breaths, which I've been doing before I do this, and I close my eyes because it helps me. Some channelers don't close their eyes, which to each their own. It just helps me more. Some are conscious, some are not. They're more of a trance. I remember most things, so I'm conscious. But anyway, here goes nothing. Yeah. Paninas. I am the mother of fairies. You might see us in sparkly orb as I'm showing Emily here. Light, bluish color. Very beautiful. What I would like for this audience, as you call them, to know is that we are always here. We are here to bring joy to this earth. We come from inner earth. To bring joy, because we need to bring joy. We need to uplift the planet, the vibration for this new earth. This new earth is somewhat physical, yes, but maybe not in the way you humans think the new earth is coming. It changes and goes from day to day, time. Agartha is inner earth. I'm showing Emily. You just need to imagine what the fairy realm would look like in Agartha. And then you are simply there. The mother of fairies is kind of like a queen. But not a queen, not like a dictator. There is some order to the realm of fairies, yes. Some things can be talked about, some things cannot. But what most important is you need to spread joy. Spread joy wherever you go. Do things you are passionate about. That'll bring you joy. A lot of you are stuck in your ways, as he said earlier. The trees said earlier. We help the trees. We sometimes influence the trees. This cat is here to ground her, to help with her work. A familiar, you may call. There's many types of fairies: plant fairies, animal fairies, elemental fairies, house fairies even. Some are guides, yes, Emily has one. Hi, I'm Princess. I'm Emily's guide. Oh, it's so nice to meet you all. This is very much different than when we do her friend. Oh, but speaking to the audience is much more interesting. Fairies, as Mother has said, is to bring joy to Earth, to help you all. We can help you be creative. You just call upon us and think about us, and we will give you the creativity you need, along with other beings, of course. Yes, sometimes we live in trees, we live in house plants, we live in the ground, in our earth, depending on which fairy you talk to. The water fairies are interesting. Some are over dragons, or with dragons, I should say, not really over. There's no one said being that is over a dragon. At least in my opinion, of course. One thing that you humans should know is we can be mischievous. The pixies can. Fairies and pixies, you interchange them. Fairies are more our humanly size, and pixies are more what you see on Disney. Of course, I came in the time of Emily to be her guide when she was obsessed with fairies. That was more of my doing, of course. Of course, we work with cat beings. This is why this cat here is here. I think that's really all we would like for you to know. Yes, you can call upon us anytime. We do like shiny things. You might see a flicker here or there. Pixies love to, how do you say, cause mischief, but in fun ways and loving ways. Nothing too crazy. You each have an ability. You just have to discover. But to discover, you have to be open for that. And some of you are not quite ready, open. Some of you are, some of you aren't. This will reach plenty. I'm Archangel Pele. Thank you for listening and let us come through. We work with the fairies. I am over the animals, and one moment. The fairies work with us, we work with them. We are energy that combines together sometimes to help the planet and humans coexist in this world. I am specifically Archangel Pele, and over the animals. Not all humans respect animals. They think they are beneath them, which is not the case at all. You all should think of animals as equals. Yes, they do think differently on the human 3D plane, but in astral they are much more clever than you. That is not to say this is not said in love. It is love. Take the time to connect with your loved ones, pets, fairies. Use your voice to speak up what you believe in, but in a loving way, not you're right, I'm wrong way. A higher perspective, if you will, to not divide and conquer, but to come together as one. The fairies have great lessons that you can learn from. They are playful and caring and live with Earth as you know it in their realm in Agartha. We ask that you, Emily, yes, you connect more to the animals through your channeling. It will help you get a greater perspective. Not that you are not connected already. To help further develop your abilities. Some of you are wondering, why is she doing that? Moving back and forth. This is the way her body handles the energy when we come through. It's like a medium. She raises her vibration to meet us. We lower ours to meet her. It's like a coexist. At one point, she will sometimes get sweating, as she's starting to now. And it's just another way to cope with the energy. You all have abilities. You just have to tap into them. Each of you is special and unique in your own way, maybe not to the extent of a channeler or a medium, but you all have a type of ability you need to hone into, whether it be the ability to create, manifest, the ability to see one's future, the ability to hone in feelings. You get my drift. I am Archangel Fairies, and thank you for listening. I am Pontikah. I am Andromedan. For those of you that are watching, I am from a race not known. Somewhat known but not known, but it can be gone as Pontikah. I am white, a iridescent color. I have human eyes, but much bigger than yours. Very cultivating eye type, I guess you would say. We come to this earth to help, to raise vibrations. More like codes. How do you earthly say it? To realign your purpose, to help genetics, DNA, not rewire, but change. This here, what I'm doing is in symbols to help whoever is watching open their hearts and their minds and their throats to awaken once more. Komblisa no masina na wasi. Tamblina no sinano konanina masinano manasananino magalina sanmananasina ma kumbazanina mosi. We thank you for listening. You can call upon us or your guides anytime you like. They are waiting to be connected for you. They may not be Andromedan, but they are here for you. You have your prominent guides and guides that come in anytime. One place or other, maybe one thing to the next, just a lesson. But they are always here to cultivate love and comfort, to get you out of your comfort zone, yes. But that will be for another discussion for another time, Emily. She wanted to know what you could tell us about guides, but this is not the time nor the place. Thank you once again. Hi, it's Princess again. It was like a brief interruption, but you needed to hear all that to help you guys. But more about fairies. I love lavender. Lavender is like my favorite plant on this earth. It's beautiful. It smells nice. You can even use the oils. At one point, this one thought she was allergic, but no. It's the man-made. Silly. My favorite thing about Earth is the sun shining down. That's always a beautiful thing. Emily's favorite thing is when the sun shines through leaves in the sky. That's greatly beautiful, but I personally love the sun in itself. It's just so harmonizing. It awakens your body with energy. It's just so beautiful. The storm you call Ian, or Ian, it's here to rumble up the earth a little bit, shake things up, but it's not completely Mother Nature involved, and that is all I will say on that. It won't be so bad in some parts, but some parts, yes, it causes destruction. But to clear out some energies that needed to be cleared out in some of those areas, yes, some people choose their exit points for that lifetime to come. At least that's how it works, from my understanding. We connect to some crystals. Sometimes we throw rocks in your way to help you connect with her. Sometimes we move things around. I've been a pixie once or twice. Sometimes they nibble at your ears. Not really nibble, but more like tickle. Most fairies are light in energy. We eat light things. Diets. Please just listen to your body. Some do well on a so-called vegan or vegetarian diet, but you are human. So please follow your humanly needs, your humanly intuition. That's really what you need to listen to. You need to stop listening outside of yourselves. Yes, we hope you, we guide you, but you gotta stop listening outside. It's too much information. You need to go within. Your intuition is just waiting there. Yes, you have the ego and your traumas, but if you go within, that too will be subsided or healed. But some of you just want this quick fix, and it doesn't work like that. You think you're done, boop, it comes right back in. It's because you're not healed. You come on this earth to learn. That is what you signed up for, most of you anyway. Have some of you been fairies? Of course. Some of you watching this who be guided to watch this, yes, you pretty much are. Some of you, no. But that is not to say you have not interacted with a fairy once or twice in your lifetime. Most children experience fairies in one way or another. We're always there. You ever heard of that little Disney thing Emily always likes to talk about? The first laugh after a baby creates a fairy. Yeah, it's somewhat true. We're just energy, really. You can imagine us how you will. One day, we will be able to come on this earthly plane again, but right now it's not the case. I mean, just think about it. If we were to all beings pop up, humanity would lose their minds. Just like an acorn loses its hat sometimes. You are not ready for that. No guarantee. Some of you are, but the rest of humanity is not. So this new earth that's coming eventually, will it be in your lifetime? Maybe. But timelines always change. Time is much faster here. And I say time in a sarcastic way. You, of all people, should know, Emily, that time is different for everybody. So I guess I should touch up on that now. Of course, time is like a human construct to help you cope with this planet. The sun up, the sun down. It's how you have structure. Time is ever flowing. Yes, there's different timelines of different patterns here and there. There's one timeline, but there's other timelines coming together. That's why some of you experience some different things in astral. Some of you get deja vu, as you call it, where you think you've experienced this is because you have. Either that or you have a parallel life somewhere. But that's for another story, for another time. I just enjoy being here, working with Emily. It's just so lovely. Sometimes I feel sad for her, for things humans have to go through. But it's only temporary. Unless you don't learn your lessons, then you experience them again in a different way. That's the unfortunate thing, but you want to learn these things, so that is why you come down here, which brings me back to time. Time is ever ending. It goes and goes and goes. Will there ever be a day where time doesn't exist? I guess it depends on your definition of time. Although angels would probably be more an effective answer. Usually during storms, energy is more up and out. So if some of you are scared of storms, well, try not to be. Unless you've been through some trauma, that is a different story. No, archangels don't want to come through here right now. I'm in your body, talking through you, Emily. It is the spotlight of the fairies. In case you all were wondering, yes, Emily is somewhat conscious. She remembers most. some things she doesn't remember, but we'll keep that between us. Oh, cats. Cats are funny creatures. In astral, they're much a different story. They are strong beings. But on this earthly plane, they're funny. They're here for different things. Some are here to learn lessons, some here to guide, help raise vibration. There's other cat beings that work on different humans, so the list can go on and on. But enough about that, let's talk about more about fairies. What else should you know about fairies? The mother came. There's not really a daddy fairy, if you would say. Fairies are created by energy. Well, I think that's all we wanted to tell you all. I think that's it. Thank you for listening, and I'm so glad I got to meet you all. I'm Princess, by the way, in case you all have forgotten. Metatron. Archangel Metatron here. I'm over your 12th highest chakra. Akashic records. I do lots of things. The question was time. Time is a construct. Not here, not there, not anywhere, really. What we should be more about talking is time. You can influence it. Some days feel slower, some days feel faster. Some manipulate, some change it. Some things we have to fix because it's not supposed to go that way. That is something you all can explore for yourselves, I'm sure. There are many videos on that. I am Archangel Aurora. A new beginning is coming. A new energy is coming. Most of you are ready and you are here to anchor that new energy in Earth, in your interactions with one day to the next, your interactions with other people. Just right here, Emily is anchoring a new light, a new energy for those that are watching to bring forth. It'll reach many people in different time and places. For some of you that are starting out on your journey, your heart is opening. Your heart is sending love just like hers is sending love to you. When her angels, yes, she will make a video on angels and most of you will watch to learn about the angels. But yes, there is free will and we can only interact by free will. So if you call upon us, we can help you freely. If you do not call upon us, we can't really help you that much. That is a different story when it comes to divine will and divine intervention. That is all we would like for you to know about this time, these new energies. Yes, it's going to be challenging. Nothing is easy when it comes to bringing in new. In order to bring in the new, it must have to clean out the old stuffy things that come. That's why some of you are going crazy with the planets and the energy of storms. It's all one way or another working together. This has been coming into fruition for a very long time, just not in the way you think it's going to happen. I will say you need to look within yourselves as well, to go within, to act within your hearts, not your brain. You're not meant to think with your brain, you're meant to act and love in your heart. There's many things you can go by, astrology, human design, but all go in within here. Your heart. Your heart is the most profound strength you can have. Love. Second most to fear. That's why a lot of people use fear, because it can be strong energy. Heart, love can be stronger, just like hope can. I am Lady Faith, Archangel Faith. Some of you may be wondering, there is lady, feminine energies, and archangels. Yes, it's just because we are not as known. The construct of religion has masculinified it, but with the help of others, we are bringing it back. You need to have hope. You need to look at the rainbow after the storm. Look for the butterflies. Look for the positives in life. Have faith that everything is working out like it's supposed to. Have hope that everything is going according to plan. Some of you need so much gratification and just needing to know now. You need to practice patience. We can never say this enough. Practice patience and gratitude. Gratitude is a big thing that most of you humans do not practice no more. You want this and this and you go thing to the next, but you need to practice gratitude most, not all, just most. Just saying thank you for a meal. Thank you for the clothes you already have. Thank you for the home you have, the situation that is bringing fruition of lessons. You are all filled with abundance, and abundance can mean many things, but it doesn't always have to do with your prosperity, your financial situation. Abundance can mean family, it can mean the home you have, it can mean the friends and the environment you are surrounded by. So much energy, the energy you are in and with, the lessons that you learn to become the person you are meant to be. If you think about from a year ago, in your human years, you are not the same person you were at that time. Just have hope and faith. Everything will go according to the plan. It might not always be in what you expect, but you just need to go with it and go with the flow. But that does not mean you let somebody walk all over you. Not in those type of situations. If your heart is yearning for something else, please listen to it. That is your guidance, your intuition, your guides. We're all trying to help you all. You just have to listen. So many of you are just not listening. You're asking and asking, but not listening and sitting. Just listen. Don't ask for anything. Just listen to the guidance we have. Of course, you can ask questions that you are complex about your life. Yes, of course. But in return, we ask that you listen. Listen and take that listening into your actions. That is all we have to say. We thank you so much for listening. And I hope you have a blessed day. I am Archangel Premalik. I am over the insects. What you have just experienced was a mantis being who goes by Thorax. He is to help you with your DNA, to help you align. Not so much change, but align to your highest good. You may experience this in meditation sometimes. A twitch here or there. It's because beings are working on you. Are everybody connected to these beings? Most. And of course, there's always this light versus dark. These beings that work on you are of higher vibration. That is There's one more being to be speaking. And we are the Zetas. We get so bad reputation for Zetas. We are not all bad, just like you humans are not all bad. Yes, we work on you. Some of you have signed up for that, of course. Free will. If you do not want us to wish to work on you, you simply just tell us. And we will stop. But however, before you make those decisions, you should take heed and notes of why we do such things is because you signed up for this, you know why. Deep down your soul knows. It's to help you adjust to this life, adjust to higher vibrations, to help what needs to be helped. You simply asked for these things when you signed up for these lives in your soul contracts. Soul contracts can sometimes be written, yes. Sometimes they are definite, must happen for what you signed up for. Each of you signed up for a reason. Each of you chose to be here. Each of you chose to work with certain beings for a certain reason, and it must be you who figures those things out. But you also came here to live this life for a reason. To not get so stuck in our ways, to not get stuck all up in there. You are here to live a life, to learn the lessons you came to learn. I mean, yes, it's fascinating to learn all of these things, but you came here to live a human life. This thing that is going around, focus, but have fun. Yes, focus on your desires, your passions. If you love to skate, as you call it, then do what fills your soul joy. A lot of you are stuck in stuff that does not bring you joy. As all of the other beings have said, you need to find what brings you joy, and that will bring you happiness and pleasure. Some of you must do. Some of you are meant to do what you are meant to do, the job you have, etc. But you are also meant to find your pleasure in this life. What's the fun if you can't have pleasure? Am I right? Just have fun. Pleasure. Yes, focus on what you need to focus on that brings you pleasure. Yes, if you have a job that is not fulfilling, you can quit that job, sure, but make sure you do it in an order that is fulfilling for you. If you are feeling that urge to switch a job, switch. If you don't feel like you need to switch your job right now, then don't. Not everything has to be the spiritual awakening, as y'all call it. You are meant to have an earthly life. And that is what you must know at this time. Yes, this video is supposed to be about fairies, which it is. But the more concrete thing is brings you pleasure, your joy. And that is all we have to say at this moment in time. Wow. that was, wow. I didn't even feel that long. My face is hot. All the energy coming out. I'm sweating. In my armpits, in my feet, in my hands. But, yeah. I remember most. I didn't realize it was going to be this long. I don't remember everything that every being said, but yeah. So whatever, I'm guessing joy was what was there. So I'm gonna pull 3 starseed oracle cards just to confirm said messages, and then I will end it there. I hope y'all found that insightful. As I said, I only channel for fun. Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna take this. That's a lot of cards, so I'm just gonna see which ones fall out. And 2 of them fell out. But I feel like I need 1 more. So I'm gonna pull that one. Oh, that's interesting. But I kind of want to read them. I'm gonna read these main 3, like what they're all about, but then I'm just gonna show you these, because I don't know. Alright. So this one is perspective. So that means none of this matters, zoom out, common ground, and usually when I get this, you need to look at the bigger picture. I will read what it says in the book. The 7 star sisters, birthing, creation, tapestry of life, and expression. So we need to do a lot that brings us joy, I'm guessing. And jump in, Andromedan energy, adventure, say yes to change. So that's interesting. But the rest of them, I'm gonna read the book. I'm like rambling on. Sorry. I'm not sorry, but I mean, if y'all stayed for me this long, that's pretty cool. So this perspective says, take a step back and look at the bigger picture of your life. Step away from the blinkered vision and reactive frame of mind of me against them. Change your perspective, shift your point of view, and zoom out and out and out. We are but a speck of dust in this universe, and we think everything revolves around us. We see the planets are as our own and to conquer, pillaging land and setting ourselves up for eventual extinction. We build fences and walls and create invisible borders. Mother Earth doesn't need us to survive, but we need her. It's time to wake up. A new perspective is urgently needed. We become so lost in our individual experience that we don't realize that most of the things that keep us awake at night are actually distractions. We're wasting our precious time and resources fighting each other when we should be coming together to heal what's been severed. This moment is a breath in the timeline of your life, and this life is a fleeting moment in the tapestry of your soul's experience. Your soul's experience is a flash in the timeline of the known universe, and the known universe is a grain of sand in the unknown universe. Take a moment to see the bigger picture, to find common ground, to find deep compassion in your heart, to gain a greater perspective of humanity in this fleeting moment in the timeline of your soul's existence and the timeline of all that is, was, and ever will be. Interesting. Okay, the 7 sisters. Birthing, creations. want to be born, beauty that's yearning to be woven, new consciousness that's longing to be birthed into life. If you draw this card, you're being called to surrender to these creations, to usher a new era of consciousness and do your bit in weaving the web of life. This is a card of the artist and the midwife. You're being called to ponder questions. What wants to be birthed through you? What new creations are whispering in your ear? What beauty are you being called to make? Creativity and intuition come from the same sacred place. They occur when we find ourselves flowing with the rest of life. Earth is re-owned as a planet of manifestation and creativity, and yet so many of us forgotten how to create. Somewhere along the way, we stopped seeing ourselves as artists, as creatives, as poets. Yet to be human is to be creative. Creativity is a part of your true nature. Perhaps you're being called to surrender to a creative project, or perhaps you're being called to weave beauty in your home or way you cook. Regardless the end result, you're being called to express yourself through creativity, to surrender to the creative projects that both scare and excite you, to find a way to weave beauty back into your life, for where there's creativity, spirit, and soul are present. And the world needs those qualities more than ever right now. Interesting. And then I think my Andromedan came through, so the jump in one is kind of funny. Jump on in. The other ones I'll just read to you, but I won't like read the book. So just saying. If I can ever find jump in. I mean, I'm pretty sure I don't have to say what this is, but Andromeda is a spiral galaxy, the closest galaxy to the Milky Way. It's believed that Andromedan starseeds are a group of beings who love their freedom. Very adaptable, they have a strong willingness and ability to change and go with the flow, to find calm in the chaos, to swim with the tides. This card is here to encourage you to do the same. Perhaps you have a significant goal or opportunity ahead of you. If so, you're being guided to jump in. Don't wait for permission. Don't stall until you feel ready. Take a deep breath. A good old run up and jump right on in. Life bends for the courageous, and the courageous is what you're being called to do. You're already facing the right direction. The only thing left to do is leap. You'll figure out the details as you go along. Things may not always be smooth sailing. Life on Earth really is. However, it's the rougher seas that teach us how to sail the glory, and once you know that, you can navigate any sea, ocean, and storm. The Andromedans want you to fall in love with the surfing the waves of life, to seek more adventures, to embrace your own adaptability and find a way to be the calm in the chaos. You didn't come to Earth to be passive. You came to Earth to truly live. Now take a good run and leap. How interesting. Very interesting. Alright, so I'm just going to say, I'm not going to I'm just going to read what it says, and then you can make up of what you wish. But portal, doors are opening, you decide, rewards, and wild card. You're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness, face your true north. Earth School, life lessons, soul growth, study, higher learning. And karmic relationships, Orion energy, polarity, soul growth, and conflict. I feel like karmic relation. I feel like I should read the karmic relations one, or maybe I should read them all. It's kind of. So it opened up to Earth School. It's an initiation for the soul, and life lessons are the curriculum for which we enroll. They aren't one-time lessons, but themes we choose to circle around, deepening our experience of them as we make our way through a spiral of life. Life lessons aren't only about getting it right, they're also about getting it wrong. Remembering that Earth is a planet of polarity helps that with understanding. Each year, the study deepens more and more. If you pull this card while you're going through a difficult time, you're being promoted to remember that your soul came here to grow and learn. Try to not look at difficult times as getting it wrong, instead as them opportunities for soul growth. If you find a way to grow and soften your heart through the highs and lows, your soul is most definitely growing, which is the whole point. Pulling this card can also mean that you're being called to embark on a new area of study or growth. This could be through structured learning. If you're having difficulties in relationships, you're being reminded that these are opportunities for soul growth. After all, relationships are known as the #1 way we grow as souls while we're here on Earth. Which is interesting. I wasn't going to read that, but I guess they wanted me to read. Okay, the constellation Orion is thought to be, I'm reading Karmic Relations because that's the one I think we need to read. It's thought to be many great polarity and eventual unity. Some believe that many starseeds who were part of this cosmic history are incarnate on Earth now and are playing out karmic relationships from Orion. Perhaps you're one of them. Polarity causes conflicts and highlights separation. However, both of this conflict can cause result of unity and growth. Too many misunderstandings cause that we don't open our heart and mind and see things from a different point of view. When we go into reactive second-guessing mode, instead of gathering the courage to open our heart, we should admit that we may have reacted because of our own woundings and then find mutual grounding. We're all innocent children looking to be seen, understood, and cherished. It's much harder to grow closer through conflict than it's growth further apart. And yet, that's the invitation of conflict. It's easy to react and take things personally. It's more challenging to see the innocent of all involved and find a way to grow closer through conflict. It's through relationships that we grow the most. How can you soften your heart and drop your defenses enough to see things from a different point of view? How can you see the innocence all involved? How can you learn to see similarities rather than differences? What relationships do you find most challenging? How can you see things from a different perspective? And how are you being called to allow growth through conflict? How interesting. Yeah. But I feel like you're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness, face your true north. I think a lot of us need to stop doing what we think people want and start doing more what we want to do, as long as it doesn't endanger yourself or others' harm. So that's my motto. But again, that's your decision to make. So awesome. Well, if you stuck with me this far, great, and you were in for a treat. And I'm still sweating. But yeah, let me know what you thought. If not, that's cool too. But y'all should like it and subscribe. You know, those things that people say. All right, have a good one.